Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Janila, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet the Daisy Granny Square. This is a beginner friendly tutorial and the project works up quickly. You can crochet these granny squares in your favorite colors and you can use them in many projects as well. I hope you will crochet this along with me. To crochet this project, I'm using yarn in 3 colors: yellow, white and green. This is 100% acrylic worsted weight yarn and I'm using a 5mm crochet hook for this yarn. You can use any yarn for your project and choose a hook size that is recommended for your yarn weight. You would also need scissors and yarn needle. Let's get started working on the pattern. I'm taking my yellow yarn here and we'll start the pattern by doing a magic circle. If you prefer not to work with a magic circle, you can always do the alternate start, which is a slip knot followed by chain 4. To do a chain, yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. There is 1 chain, make 3 more chains here and do a slip stitch on the very first chain that we did here. To do a slip stitch, I'll insert my hook inside the chain. I will yarn over, bring a loop through the chain and through the loop on the hook. So there we have formed a little ring over here. We'll be working our round 1 stitches inside this little ring. Now let me show you how to do a magic circle. To do so, take your yarn and wrap it around your 2 fingers and cross it over at the point where the yarn meets. Next, pinch at this point and take this little loop out. Now insert your hook inside the loop, yarn over and bring a loop. This yarn is from the skein end. Now take all your fingers and hold everything in place and make sure the loop on the hook is of the correct tension. That is, it's not too loose or not too tight and your hook should be able to move freely like this. Now yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So there we have made our magic circle. This ring is adjustable and we will be working our stitches on these 2 strands of yarn over here. Now let's work on round 1. For round 1, I will do chain 2. To do a chain, I will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So there is 1 chain. I will do 1 more chain here. This counts as a double crochet. Now I will do 11 more double crochets in here so that we have a total of 12 double crochets for round 1. To do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook inside the ring, yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. We have 2 loops remaining here. Yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. This is called as the double crochet. Now I'll work 10 more double crochets here so that we have a total of 12 double crochets for round 1. This is how the project will look once when you complete your double crochets. If at any time you're unsure of the total number of stitches, you can turn your project to the top and you will see V's. Each V is 1 stitch. So once when you have a total of 12 double crochets here, hold your stitches with one hand and grab the magic circle tail in the other and slowly pull the tail. See how the magic circle opening is getting smaller and smaller, and when you pull it completely, it closes. And now to finish off round 1, I'm going to join with a slip stitch on top of the very first stitch here. Since we did 2 chains and this is to be counted as a double crochet, I will be joining on top of the second chain over here. To do so, I will insert my hook inside the second chain. And then I will yarn over, bring a loop through the stitch and through the loop on the hook. So there we have completed round 1 and we have a little circle over here. At this time, I'm going to fasten off this yarn. To fasten it off, I'm going to leave a tail and trim the yarn over here. Next, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook and bring the tail all the way through like this. And then grab it and pull it tight. So this is how we fasten off our project. For round 2, I'm using white yarn here. You can use any color for your petals. I'll be joining this yarn with a slip stitch to any stitch of round 1. So I'm going to insert my hook inside one of the stitches over here, that is in the V on top of the stitch, and then I'm going to hold my new yarn like this. Now I will yarn over and bring a loop through the stitch. And we have a little loop over here. Now I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. And once when we do that, I'm going to grab the tail and pull it tight to secure our yarn firmly over here. Now we have joined the new color yarn. Here I will be doing chain 3. Now I will be doing 3 treble crochet cluster in the same stitch. To do so, I'm going to yarn over twice, insert the hook inside the stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. There will be 4 loops on the hook. I will yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. There will be 3 loops remaining. I will yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. I'm going to leave it as it is, and then I will be working my next treble crochet in here. So I will yarn over twice, insert my hook inside the same stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. We have 5 loops here. I will yarn over, pull through the first 2. We have 4 loops remaining. I will yarn over and pull through the next 2. We have 3 loops remaining, and I will leave it as it is, and then I will work on the 3rd treble crochet for this cluster over here. So I will yarn over twice, insert the hook inside the same stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. We have a total of 6 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2. We have 5 loops. I will yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. We have 4 loops on the hook. Now I will yarn over and pull through all 4 loops at once. This is the beginning treble crochet cluster. Once when we complete that, I will do 3 chains over here. These 3 chains will separate the petals. Now let's work on the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern would be 4 treble crochet cluster in the next stitch. To do so, I will yarn over twice, insert the hook inside the next stitch, yarn over, bring a loop. We have 4 loops here. I will yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and I will yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. We have 2 loops on the hook. Now I will yarn over twice, insert the hook inside the stitch, yarn over and bring up a loop. We have a total of 5 loops on the hook. I will yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and I will do that one more time, that is yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops remaining on the hook. I will yarn over twice, insert the hook inside the same stitch, yarn over and bring up a loop. Now we'll have a total of 6 loops on the hook. I will yarn over, pull through the first 2, and I will yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops. Now we have 4 loops on the hook, and I will do one more treble crochet for this cluster. So I will yarn over twice, insert my hook inside the same stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. Now we have a total of 7 loops on the hook. I will yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and I will yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops, and we have a total of 5 loops on the hook. We will have 4 treble crochets at the bottom, and once when we have something like this, you can yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on the hook, and this is the 4 treble crochet cluster. And I will do chain 3. So this is going to be the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is 4 treble crochet cluster followed by chain 3, and I will work this in all the other stitches over here. So I will work on this repeat pattern off camera, and I'll meet you once when I complete the 12th petal. This is how the project will look after completing the repeat pattern. We will have 12 petals over here, which are separated by chain 3 spaces. So after completing the repeat pattern, I'm going to join with a slip stitch on top of the very first treble crochet cluster over here. To do so, I will find the chain that we did after completing the cluster, and I will insert my hook inside this, and I will do a slip stitch. Now I will fasten off this white yarn over here. Do not worry if your project is a little scrunched up at this point. It will flatten out when we work on the next rounds. And this is how our project will look. I will be crocheting round 3 in green. You can use any color of your choice. So I will be joining this yarn with a slip stitch in any of this chain 3 spaces. So I will insert my hook inside the chain 3 space that is found between the flowers, and I will join my green yarn here. And let's work on round 3. For round 3, I will do chain 3 here. This counts as a double crochet. Now I will do 2 more double crochets in the same space. I will do a chain 3 here and 3 more double crochets in the same space. Followed by chain 1. This forms one corner of our square over here. Now I will skip the petal, and in the next chain 3 space I will work 3 double crochets. And I will do a chain 1 here, and in the next chain 3 space I will work another set of 3 double crochets here. Followed by chain 1. This marks one side of our square over here. Now let's work on the repeat pattern, which we will be doing for the next 3 sides over here. The repeat pattern begins with 3 double crochet in the next space, followed by chain 3, 3 double crochet in the same space, followed by chain 1 and 3 double crochet in the next space over here, followed by chain 1, another set of 3 double crochet in the next space, followed by chain 1. So this marks the end of the repeat pattern, and we have formed another corner of our square and one side. Now I will be repeating this pattern 2 more times over here, and I will meet you once when I complete the repeat pattern. After completing the repeat pattern, I'm going to join with a slip stitch on top of the very first stitch over here, that is in the 3rd chain. And this marks the end of round 3, and this is how our project will look. Now let's work on the last round for this granny square, which is round 4. For this I will do a slip stitch in the next 2 double crochets and another slip stitch inside this chain 3 space. Now I will do chain 3. This counts as a double crochet, and I will do 2 double crochets in here, followed by chain 3 and another set of 3 double crochets in the same space. Followed by chain 1. Now we will have 3 chain 1 spaces over here. I will work 3 double crochet chain 1 in each of these spaces. So I will do 3 double crochet in the chain 1 space, followed by chain 1, 3 double crochet chain 1 in the next space over here, followed by chain 1 and another 3 double crochets in here, followed by chain 1. So we have crocheted one side of our square over here. Now let's start working on the repeat pattern for this round. So I will do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in this chain 3 space. Followed by chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1 in the next space, three double crochet, chain 1 in the next space, three double crochet, chain 1 in the next space. So our repeat pattern ends with a chain 1 over here, and here we have crocheted another side of our square. So I will repeat this pattern for the next 2 sides, and I'll meet you once when I complete the repeat pattern. After completing the repeat pattern, join with a slip stitch on top of the 3rd chain over here, and then we can fasten off our yarn. This is how the granny square will look on the right side, and this is the wrong side. We have a lot of tails to weave in here. Let me show you how to weave in the magic circle tail first. So I'm going to grab the tail and thread it in a yarn needle, and I'm going to pull the tail tight once again to close this magic circle opening as tight as we can, and then I'm going to secure it with a knot in one of the loops present in the wrong side. And once when we do that, we can start weaving in the tail. To weave in the tail, I'm going to insert this needle through the loops present in the wrong side of our project like this. Since this project is worked in a round, I'm going in a round over here. You can go in any direction as you can. And make sure to take only the loops, because we do not want to see our yarn in the right side of our project. And once when you think you have weaved in enough in one direction, you can turn your project, and this time you can weave it in the other direction, grabbing a different set of loops. You can do this as many times as you want. And once when you think you have weaved in enough, you can take the needle out, stretch the piece so that the project has not lost its shape during weaving it in, and then we can trim the yarn over here. In the same manner, I'm going to weave in all the other tails in the wrong side. We do not have to secure each tail with a knot. Since it was a magic circle, I did that. For these tails, we can directly weave it in. So I will do this off camera, and then I'll meet you once when I complete weaving in all the tails. Here I have weaved in all the tails, and this is the wrong side of the project, and this is the right side of the project. It is always recommended to block your granny squares. This is my unblocked square. I hope you enjoy crocheting this along with me. Please show your support by subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.